But actually, across western areas, fewer showers to come on Wednesday. It's towards the east of England. Most likely to see some of the wettest of the weather. Fewer showers overall on Thursday before wet and windy weather arrives on Friday.
Tear gas was fired to try and
Minister, yesterday it was the Scottish First Minister, but Laura is a crumbled wreck confronted by Boris the Parrot.
There's always more to the story with our podcasts. Listen on BBC Sounds.
This week, the children of Britain sent out of the cities into the countryside to avoid the bombing of the Second World War.
The children are evacuated from the fear of war that may be fought over our own city streets. That danger remains, and every mother who loves her children should leave them in the peace of the country.
Also, Christian protesters on the streets of Britain in the 1970s.
A coachload of moral crusaders.
People were coming from all directions, from all ages, but predominantly younger people. It was like, hey, there's so many of us, and we all love Jesus.
Plus, religion's role in the Iraq-Iran war in the 1980s, and the first papal visit to Africa.
There was real excitement in Uganda, and there was all kinds of preparations going on.
Pope Paul VI flew into Entebbe Airport on the 31st of July 1969.
That's after today's world news.
Hello, this is the BBC News with Fiona MacDonald. A NASA spacecraft is closing in on an asteroid at more than 22,000 kilometres an hour, aiming to smash into it and push it off course. The DART mission is the first test of a technique which could one day be used to protect Earth. Jonathan Amos explains.
We're going to get pictures every second or so as this spacecraft zooms in towards this asteroid that's about 11 million kilometres away from Earth, and it's going to smash into it. Dimorphos is its name, and the hope is that it'll change the velocity of that rock such that it slows down just a tiny little bit, and that'll change its orbit around a much larger object called Didymos. And that will tell us that potentially we have a technique for defending Earth.
The White House has warned Russia that it will impose further economic sanctions if Moscow annexes more territory in Ukraine. President Biden's spokeswoman said such sanctions would be swift and severe. In his nightly video address, Ukraine's President Zelensky described the military situation in his eastern Donetsk region as particularly severe. Britain's central bank has said it won't hesitate to take action to control inflation after the pound sterling slumped to an all-time low against the US dollar. Last week, Britain's finance minister announced sweeping tax cuts to be funded by extra borrowing. His mini-budget sparked investors' fears about Britain's financial stability. Here's Ramzan Kamali.
It's fair to say on Monday that the pound had a bit of a roller coaster day. In early Asian trading, the pound fell to just above $1.03, but then it recovered those losses throughout the London trading day and stood at around $1.09. However, as soon as the Bank of England put out a statement saying that it would not hesitate to change interest rates to get inflation under